Hi, welcome to AwkwardHamster. Today I'll be reviewing this HooToo TripMate model is TM02. So let's look at some of the items on here. Over here on the right hand side there's a manual lever, so you can either have a bridge being wired or wireless. In the middle, this is a DC 5-volt micro USB input for power. Down on the left is for a network cable. So if you're in a hotel room and there's a wire connection, just plug it in here and this will be acting as a travel router. Here we have a pin size hole, a reset button, then a USB port so you can plug in your storage device. And nothing else on this side. On the back, it lists the default information. So default IP, default Wi-Fi password, admin password. And right here in the front, right above the HooToo logo, are two LED lights. So I'm going to plug in the power right now. Let's take a while for it to boot up. And once the LED is solid, then you can begin using it. And I'd like to mention that for the Wi-Fi is 802.11b, G, and N. And for my home internet speed is 50 megabits down, 50 megabits up. And I'll be conducting a speed test. I'd also like to mention that the power requirement for this is currently this cable is plugged into my computer, so it's a DC 5 volt at 0.5 amps. So it's not much. Not much is needed to just power this thing. And I'm going to switch the Wi-Fi to TripMate. Establish a connection. Okay. Then I'm going to just open up a browser here. Log in here. So with a TripMate, I can choose, like I mentioned earlier, the network. So through the internet, I can establish an SSID. It'll only remember one wireless connection information at any given time. Then if I needed a DDNS over here. I might also mention that the firmware I'm using right now is 2.0.0.018. So I got some contents on this flash drive right here. So I'm going to plug it in. And it should come up shortly. Now, to access the content on a flash drive, you can either use the web interface, or if you know the IP address for it, you can always use Finder. Whether if you're on Windows, just use Windows File Explorer. If you're on a Mac, just use Finder. So it detected a USB storage device. I'm going to go Explorer. Here I can see the content. Another useful feature is that they came with mobile apps, whether you're on Android or iOS. So there is a HooToo TripMate app. I'm going to switch to the Wi-Fi section. And now I'll choose that storage. So I have a video on here. I'm just going to start playing it. This is just my boy reading to his classmates. A very hungry caterpillar. Alright, so tell that the video was smooth, was not choppy. Now, the reason why it's not choppy, let me show this. So I'm going to conduct a little speed test here. Like I mentioned, my internet speed is 50 down, 50 up, very fast. And currently, the HooToo has my wireless information. So this is acting as a wireless bridge. I'm going to begin test. So compared to a lot of the other TripMates I tested, this one, download speed, 11, it could even be 12 megabits down, which is a lot faster than a lot of the other travel routers I tested in the past. Even for their upload speed, it's pretty fast too. For the upload speed now, it's definitely going to go above 10. So if you're trying to use this to act as a travel router at a hotel, a lot of times hotels, you pay for one connection and only one device can be connected. So if you have a mobile phone, tablet, computer, you could consider bringing something like this along. So here we have download as 12 megabits, upload as 14 megabits. Now let's talk about some pros and cons. First, the pro. It can act as a bridge for either wireless or wire connection. The speed is there. It's a lot faster than a lot of the other travel routers I've tested. Very lightweight, weighs about an ounce. Very small, very compact. It has a USB drive so I can plug in a flash storage or like a SD card reader. And the power requirement, it's only DC at 5 volt, 0.5 amps. It came with a micro USB cable. It did not come with an AC adapter. In the box, also had a manual. It's pretty easy to follow. There's an iOS app that if you want to use theirs, you can. If you want to use others, there's also third-party apps out there that you can also use to read this. This can also function as a DNA server, a Samba. As for some of the cons, well, for the storage, it can only read FAT16, FAT32, or NTFS, but it cannot read exFAT. Not many portable routers out there can. But I'd also like to mention that if you plugged in a USB hub to this, you can't read it. Another drawback is compared to the HooToo TripMate TM01, this does not have a built-in battery, so it always need a wire connection. And if you have a computer with you at all times, it's not a problem. But if you only walk around with like a tablet and a smartphone, then consider getting the TripMate TM01. Alright, so overall, I would recommend this unit. The quality is there. And so thanks for watching this review of the HooToo TripMate TM02. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching AwkwardHamster. Bye.